What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hammerdown Motorsports. Today we have a beautiful sunny day in Pennsylvania, so I will take that any day over rain. I hope you guys are having an awesome day as well. Today we have a little bit of news. Yes, our new Range Rover is back in the shop at the dealership, getting a software update done because some of the screens are starting to go black when we're driving and all that kind of stuff, and that's not good because everything is pretty much touch screen in that thing. So if you can't use the touch screens, you can't control anything. So it is back at the dealership, getting updated, getting ready to go, and hopefully we don't have any more issues with that. But in the meantime, we have a 2018 Range Rover Evoque. So let's take this thing for a drive and see what we think of it. All right, so here we are. We're behind the wheel of the 2018 Range Rover Evoque. Now, this car has never really appealed to me because it's kind of a smaller SUV. It's kind of more so for maybe entry level for a Range Rover kind of thing as far as price point and size and all that kind of stuff goes. But to some people, this is the car that they would buy, and I'm just trying to give my opinion of this car, not necessarily compared to the Velar because they are not the same car at all. They're also very, very different in price. You can pick up pretty well a fully loaded Evoque for under $50,000. Now, as far as buying a Range Rover goes, that's a bargain. So as far as what you would expect from a car like this, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it is an under $50,000 luxury SUV. The seats are fairly comfortable. It's got lots of features. It's got a touch screen. It's got a reverse camera. It has the mirrors that fold in when you lock it. It has the same key as a Velar, or pretty much I think every Range Rover has. It has your home link on your rear view mirror for your garage door openers. You got a heated steering wheel. You've got paddle shifters. And of course, the shifter that raises up from the center console when you start the vehicle, which is pretty neat. So this video is going to be a little bit of a hybrid. We are headed over to Westy's shop because I got a few things I got to drop off there and just kind of see what's going on over at the shop. It's been a little bit since I've been there, so we can probably try to see if I can get his opinion of this vehicle as well, because I've been driving our Velar for about a month, so I kind of already know what to expect from it, but it might be nice to see what somebody else's opinion might be. So let's start this video out on the positive, and I'm going to give you the first thing that I like about the 2018 Range Rover Evoque. Now, driving through the back roads of Pennsylvania with the Velar is absolutely amazing. The suspension on that car is very, very fun, and you can adjust it to different modes and really kind of take the corners as fast as you'd want to do with a sports car. Now, with the Evoque, being that it is a smaller vehicle, it is very nimble in the corners, and I've had a lot of fun kind of just whipping through the corners with it. So I would say that handling is very, very good on this car, and it's one of the things that I like. So now let's mix it up a little bit, and I'm going to throw in one of the dislikes that I have about the Evoque, and we're kind of just going to go one for one like, one dislike, until we have 5 of each. And usually we do these in 2 videos, but I'm just going to throw this all into one just because this is a vehicle that I'm only going to have for a short amount of time. Just kind of give my first impressions and kind of the things that I noticed right away. Here we go, trying to get up to that highway speed. My first dislike about the Evoque is the power. It doesn't really have any. I mean, it is very, very anticlimactic, if I can put it in that way. But yeah, you step on it, it revs up, and it doesn't really go anywhere, but it does get up to highway speed, and you're definitely not going to be lacking for power, but it's definitely not super impressive. Okay, so our second like about the Evoque is going to be the styling, and they really did take time to make sure the lines on this car and everything were very unique to this particular vehicle. You definitely know it's an Evoque when you go down the road, and it does have some very unique styling cues, and it follows along with the heritage of the Range Rover itself, with the Range Rover badge on the front like all the models do, and it has the projector headlights, it has the little LEDs that kind of go around for your daytime running lights, and a lot of the Velar features are a little bit shared with this vehicle. They are a little bit different, but you can definitely tell they're from the same family. So definitely styling, number 2 for my like section. So number 2 for the dislikes. When you go down the highway and there's the little strips that go across and you kind of bump over them, this vehicle sounds like you're hitting a 45-gallon drum with a stick on the back of the vehicle. It's kind of like somebody's hitting the floor or something like that. It's kind of something I've never experienced in a normal vehicle, but this one definitely does not have a very quiet highway ride to it. So the road noise and basically that clunking in the back is for sure my second dislike about this car. So the third thing for my like and dislike is going to be the panoramic sunroof. Now, with this vehicle, it does have a very large, nice window on the top, kind of like an aquarium style thing going on in here where we can see the sky and all that, and it is very cool. My problem with it is it doesn't have the option to open it. It does have a screen that will cover it up, so when you're parked, you're not going to have your vehicle be 1,000 degrees, but it doesn't have the ability to open it. Now, I'm sure on the higher trim levels, it does have a power sunroof, but on this entry-level Evoque, it does not have the sunroof. So I don't know whether I have the right to say that's a like or dislike, but on this particular vehicle that I'm driving today, that is something that I would say would be a like and a dislike at the same time. So for our fourth like about the Evoque is the value. I mean, honestly, you're driving a Land Rover Range Rover, so this is kind of their upper tier with their different models, and this isn't the lowest one. I believe the lowest one is probably the Sport, but I could be wrong on that, but I think the Evoque is one step up from the Sport. I'm still kind of learning the whole language and stuff like that as far as Range Rover, Land Rover, all that stuff goes. But I think value for under 50,000 bucks, you're getting into a Range Rover that has leather seats, heated steering wheel, heated seats, all kinds of different options. I think definitely value would be my number 4 like for this vehicle. Hey Toddy, you got some vent shades for the Range Rover?
What's going on, Steve?
You work on those things?
Do I work on Range Rovers?
Yeah, come on. Let's get some accessories.
Hell yeah. How you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you, man?
How you doing there, bud?
Good, man.
Miss you, man.
Absolutely. It's been a while.
Has been a while.
Hey, Mikey.
Hi.
How's it going?
Yeah.
You're looking very reflective today.
Yep. So bright,
We got another Range Rover today. Yeah.
Why? You already wrecked his.
My other one's in the shop.
Rolled it.
Getting updated. What do you think of this? It's a little smaller though, right? It's like mine, but smaller in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Pretty nice.
You want to buy it? No. Sure, it's for sale.
I'm sure.
You can trade your Jeep in on it.
They can have it.
Pretty much same off-road capabilities, right?
Yeah.
This one has a heated windshield though.
Ooh.
No scraping.
That's what I like.
I don't work on English junk.
You don't work on English junk?
Under warning.
I want some accessories.
I'm sure they have plenty of parts to fix them, seeing as how they break every 15 minutes.
So while we're here, I brought Westy a new hat. Because I brought Westy a hat for his birthday, and it was like the last small medium I had. I have to get more in, but yeah, it got stolen pretty quickly, so it must mean that they're popular, and I can't argue with that whatsoever. So if you guys are looking for merch, hats, any of that kind of good stuff, Hammerdown Motorsports USA.com is live, ready to go, and you guys can get all the stuff you need over there.
Something wrong with that hat.
It's not on your head, or it's not curved?
It's curved the wrong way.
Well, that's a custom addition you have to do yourself.
You should bend all your hats like that.
I should?
Good.
Drop in the comments, should I curve all
You
the...
probably you probably sell more hats. You can't fucking talk today.
Like that?
Yeah, if they were
curve them all
bent
like
this
that?
way rather than this way.
So, what do you guys think? This way or that way?
I can bend all your hats.
Custom bent by Westy.
I'll even draw stuff on the bottom.
Drop in the DMs if you guys want to order a hat and you want it bent by Westy. I'll have that done for you. Alright, so we got a quick minute to sit in the back seat of the Evoque, and as you can see, we do have a fair amount of legroom in the front. I mean, this seat is maybe all the way back, I'm not entirely sure, but I do have the driver's seat set at a comfortable level where I would normally drive this car and not feel like I'm too close to the steering wheel or anything like that. Now, given I am 6 feet tall, I am by no stretch of the imagination a giant, but sitting in the back seat of this car, my knee is jammed in between this plastic piece on the back of the seat and kind of the door panel, and even as I closed the door, I felt like I was pinching my leg. as I closed it, I basically had to kind of get into a pretty uncomfortable position to even get the door closed. So sitting back here is not a place where I would want to be for any length of time. I mean, it might be fine for kids, or, you know, if you're short or something like that, it wouldn't be a big deal at all. I mean, the seats are nice. It's just there isn't a whole lot of room, but this is a smaller car, so that's kind of something that you'd expect. But for a personal opinion, I think my number 4 dislike about this vehicle is the fact that the legroom in the back is pretty small. But now that I'm sitting in the back of the Evoque, I get a very nice view of the panoramic sunroof. I mean, this is pretty amazing. I mean, you almost feel like you're in a convertible, and it doesn't have any of the opening mechanisms, so you don't have any of the bar across or anything like that. Pretty unobstructed view. If you were driving to the mountains with something like this, it'd be a pretty awesome place to be. So as I was sitting in the back seat, as I went to leave, I pulled the handle and nothing. We're locked in. I have the key fob in my pocket, and I didn't think that I heard anything lock, like I hit a button or anything like that. And even as you can see, like the lock button is pretty small. It's not really easy to hit it by accident. So I think you can just pull on this. Yep, you can, and then you're able to get out. But on most vehicles, I mean, if you didn't know that that was the unlock, I mean, there's nothing marking it. It's just kind of there. You would probably think you couldn't get out of the car. I mean, it might work good for kids if you don't want them opening the door into traffic, but it's a little bit weird that I couldn't open the door when I just pulled on the handle. Now here's my view of getting out of the back seat. As you can see, my feet are underneath the seat, and if I lift my foot, it is hitting the seat itself. As we crawl out, the headroom is a little bit tight, as you can see. A little bit of a contortionist type feel when you're trying to get out of this vehicle. All right, so it is getting a little bit late in the day and the sun's starting to go down, so I wanted to make sure that we got this video done before it was dark, and I couldn't get Todd or Westy out to take a ride in it because they're just so busy at the end of the day. It's Friday, all that good stuff, so totally understandable. They have a business to run, but I do have one more like and one more dislike about the 2018 Range Rover Evoque. So our next like on the list is gonna be the seats. I think these seats are very comfortable. It's very easy to kind of get a good position where you are. You don't have to adjust it a bunch to try to find out where your comfort spot is, and I find them very, very comfortable and easy to kind of get used to. So that brings us to our last dislike about the Evoque, and this kind of goes for more than just the Evoque. It goes for every Range Rover I've driven. The fact that you don't necessarily get satellite radio just because you bought a new car. They either equip them with it or without it, and this particular one does not even have an option for satellite radio. So if you buy this vehicle brand new, you're not going to get it. You have to click that box when you order this vehicle brand new, or it comes non-equipped and you can't even hook it up later, which I think is kind of ridiculous for 2018 to not even have satellite radio as an option in every vehicle. So I'm sure there's other things that I will like and other things that I would dislike if I had more time to drive this car. I know that there's one thing in particular that I noticed, and it's where the heated steering wheel switch is. It's kind of like a little paddle that you don't really see, and if it's daytime, you can't see that it's lit up. And when I first drove this vehicle, I accidentally bumped it and turned it on, and I didn't know how to turn off the heated steering wheel. So it's kind of a little bit of a quirk that I didn't really care for all that much. But I'm sure for the people that like this vehicle, there is a whole lot of things that they could say that are really good about it. And I'm sure there's a whole lot I'm missing because I don't have enough time to spend with it to really kind of learn everything about it. But this is just kind of my quick overview, quick 5 likes, quick 5 dislikes on the 2018 Range Rover Evoque. So there you have it. So we will be getting our 2018 Range Rover Velara back very, very soon. They said it's going to be ready probably Monday, so we will have some more Range Rover content on that particular vehicle. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely check those videos out. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and keep that hammer down.